guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
NewJeans Said sorry. We sued you, Adore. Can we come back now?
Oh sis, the drama writes itself at this point. Let's recap the November 12th circus because this saga between NewJeans, Adore and Hive just hit Antarctic Penguin fanfic levels of absurd. And yet somehow it's still giving legal thriller meets Mean Girls reunion tour. After the October 30th court ruling where the court said loud and clear that NewJeans' contracts with Adore remain valid until 2029, the clock started ticking. In Korea, you get roughly 2 weeks to appeal. That put us right at November 12. And what do you know? Suddenly everyone remembers they're signed to the same freaking company. First up, Adore themselves drops a cute little announcement. Heron and Hyen are officially back in the fold, keyword after discussions with their families. And they framed it as respecting the court's decision, which sounds gracious until you remember it's basically code for we lost. So let's pretend we're choosing to obey. But the real plot twist came just hours later. The other three girlies.
I mean, they did lose, yes, but I mean, they still didn't have to go. Like, let's not dismiss that they did go back, because the option was end career, like just stop music career. Like, they didn't have to go back. They could have just said, you know what, if you're really like adamant about not going back, fuck it, we're just not gonna go back. They could have said that. Like, they didn't have to go back. So to say like, oh, they had to go back, is right, they had to go back if they ever wanted to do music again. But if they wanted to go work at a cafe shop, they didn't have to go back. So I just feel it's unfair to say that it's, you know, for them, oh, that they did, it's like, it wasn't really a decision, because it was like, it is a decision.
Minji. Hanny and
From 80s.
Danielle were
80s. Is Mingi or Minji too?
Mingyu, I think.
Mingyu.
I think so.
clearly not about to let the spotlight dim on their end. They said wait for us, we're back too, and released their own completely separate statement announcing their return, yes, separately. Because nothing screams unity like 5 girls needing 2 separate law firms to say we're back. And then came the line that broke Twitter. One of the members was in Antarctica, hence the delay. Excuse me?
I'm glad it broke Twitter, because I'm sure you guys watched our reaction.
It broke me.
It broke me.
Like,
It's not the vacation
no,
part.
it didn't break you. It didn't break you. You saying I'm gonna live my life.
No,
Life
again.
doesn't
So you're clearly not
stop.
listening to me. If that's what you think, then
Okay.
I just said it's not the vacation part. I don't care that they're on vacation. It's the Antarctica part that broke me. I don't care that. Yes, you live your life. A life don't stop. I stand
In
by
Antarctica.
that. Antarctica. That's what broke me. Is the Antarctica.
But you heard it.
That's
So
what
you're like, oh, okay. I'm
No.
like,
Antarctica broke me when I heard it.
fancy to me.
No, when I heard Antarctica, I was like, what the fuck? Watch our video from
I'm
yesterday.
gonna watch it.
Watch
I
it.
need to rewind because you so fake now because you're like, oh no, I'm gonna live my life. I'm
I
going
said the same
vacation.
thing yesterday. I'm
No,
consistent.
I said, Lucas,
Bro.
vacation.
Yes,
you have money on
vacation.
your head like this.
Yes.
You're gonna go to Antarctica. You
Spend
not
everything
serious?
you have right now,
And you
because
have
the
to-
moment
and you have to do appeals.
Rochelle, spend all the money you have, because when they come for you, they're gonna take everything. So you
Listen,
better spend now and have nothing to take than
listen.
you have something
The
and you
one that
lose
went
it.
to Antarctica, it was if the parents of the youngest didn't
They
believe.
said it's Danielle.
It's Danielle who went to Antarctica.
Mhm.
How do you know?
The pictures
The pictures
of,
came out.
of the, like, you know, there's like other tourists, right? So they said, like,
Yeah.
they took pictures.
Um,
Yeah, but Antarctica, bro, what the fuck?
So why couldn't they say Danielle was at Antarctica?
I mean, I guess they don't want to throw her under a bus, but I don't know.
Antarctica? In this
Then
economy?
all
while
of us
your
gotta
career
go
is
under
on
the bus. Is either one or all.
I don't know.
legal life support? Who's the travel agent? And why are they sending K-pop idols to the South Pole during contract litigation? Were they scouting penguins for a brand deal? Filming a how to escape Hive vlog in sub-zero weather? It's giving Exo's lays in China energy but make it planetary isolation. Meanwhile, Adore's response to the 3-member statement was shady corporate excellence. We're verifying authenticity.
Is Danielle
AKA
the same
we saw it,
one
but we're not
with
lighting
the
the candles
sister?
yet.
Yes, she's with the sister. Yeah.
So she's the one with the bag.
I think. So, you know, like at that age, they're still young girls. I think it could be like a parents' trip, and parents where they're taking the whole family too. Like, it doesn't even have to be
Yeah,
her
but
money
still
that
you
she's
guys
spending.
no, but still that means you have like some sort of sponsor because that's a big trip to go. Like that's not a
I mean,
cheap
yeah,
trip. That's
either
all the prices
again, if I was her,
during these economic times.
if I'm really like, if my back is against the wall, I would spend everything. So I'm not mad at her spending whatever she has left, because if you spend everything, then they can't take nothing from you. Now, if you have millions in your bank account, guess what? They're taking that. So I'd rather spend those millions, go party, go to Antarctica, fuck, fly to the moon. And once you come back to Earth, you're gonna go have to work somewhere else, and Adore is gonna take your money.
Yet. That's business speak for we don't trust it. We didn't write it and we're not
Doesn't
updating the
sound
group
good at
profile
all.
pic until y'all sign something in blood. And honestly, fair. These same 5 divas are now they're back with respect the court energy like they didn't just file legal divorce papers. Make it make sense. And as of me writing this, Adore still hasn't formally welcomed back all 5. Just Heron and Hyan. The other 3 are in limbo. Antarctica Girl is presumably defrosting, and the public is clowning. Cause apparently, this NewJeans civil war started with daddy issues, and the girlies didn't fall apart. They were split
But
from the inside.
it's very interesting to see the timeline of the things unfold. Because like yesterday, I went on Discord. Because you guys, I guess you saw it in real time. I was asleep, so I kind of read your conversations. It was just so interesting to see the thought process of everybody. Because the first 2 girls come, and then everybody's talking what's gonna happen next. It's like once you know the final, it's just so because that's how I wanted to because I knew the outcome order, but you didn't know the order. So I kind of wanted to see how you process it too. It's just like so interesting seeing what everybody's thinking at the because it's so just
That was too quick. I wish there was like
it was
they
like,
let
honestly,
us
was
have
too
some
quick.
time
It
to
was
really think
it
of
was
the
too
plot.
quick. It was too quick. I agree, but it's just the way things unfolded is just so interesting to me.
Side out. So, here's what allegedly went down. While the other members' parents were lawyering up against Hybe, reports say Hyan's father never supported the contract termination and was actively trying to drag his daughter back.
We saw that. I remember that. That was back in March or so. That was a thing. Yes.
And when I say drag, I mean legally petitioned for guardianship over her. Homeboy literally filed a lawsuit
Yes, he
against
did do
Hyan's
that,
own
yeah.
mother, fighting for the legal authority to yank her out of whatever exit plan they had going and plant her back in the Adore building. But it doesn't. Stop there. He also convinced Heron back too. I don't know what he said, but it clearly worked, and now we've officially gone full Kina from 50-50. Except this time it's 5 girls doing emotional bumper cars with contract law and thinking sincerity equals immunity. I mean, let's rewind to a year ago when the
I think you know what the father said to the other girl. I don't know their relationship, but if they're best friends, because in any sort of group there's the best friends, the groups within the group, right? Especially in a bigger group. So if they're 2 best friends, I think he didn't really have to say much. I think it's the Korean respect factor that whatever elderly says, you kind of just bow down and go with it.
Or maybe he said like something along the lines he view you as a daughter too, and I wouldn't.
Maybe, yeah. But I feel like he didn't have to do much, especially if they're best friends. I don't think he had the fact
Or
that
they go as pairs, like you guys are twins, go together. You guys have each other.
the fact that he's just older than them in age, I think that was enough. So for whatever he said, they're like, okay. I
I don't
honestly
think
that's how it
so.
happened.
I think it's partly, but not entirely, because she has to have parents too.
I think he probably talked to their parents too. Now, how he convinced their parents, that I don't know. That had to be some convincing to do. But it's not that hard to convince. Like, look at the facts. Like, if the girls don't go back, they're gonna owe the money.
I think it's very easy to convince and say, we did everything now, and this is the best
Yeah, I think so.
option you guys
I think so
got.
too. I think you just show the card. Like we went as far as we can. Now the reality check is in. Like we lost. So it's either do you ever want to do music again? Yes or no. If you don't want to do music, fuck it. You don't have to go back. But if you want to do music, and maybe not even music, maybe Adore would try to claim all the social media influencing, all that type of income. Now, if you want to do anything like public related, where you need an agent, we have to go back. If you want to go do lawn care, child care, go to school, get a degree and whatever, and go be an accountant or do anything of that, then you don't have to do that. Then you can fuck it. They can try to collect the money. It's that simple.
I wonder if he tells them to trust the other girls, because I know my mom would say, she said, don't trust the other girls. I feel like my mom.
Oh
would
yeah,
tell
at the end of the
that.
day,
Don't trust the
I think
the other girls, they're trying to control your destiny, your future.
I think that's what comes with age and young people. And I think I said that yesterday, is that as you get older, you kind of see that at the end of the day, everybody's out for themselves, and the older you get, the more you have to lose for yourself.
And I imagine, like, as a parent, if you see the Kakao talk messages between Honey and Minhee Jin, if I hear like, oh, but it wasn't a big deal, that's like concrete evidence, and then you see like her crying. It's like I would look at it. This something's wrong with this girl, and I would have to advise my daughter otherwise. I say, this is not it. That's a sinking ship because she's inconsistent.
These girlies had the audacity to publicly say if Adore doesn't respond within 24 hours.
There's a place where the desert.
The thing is, I don't know how much
comes
influence the
alive.
parents have
Here,
over them.
a grand
The one that is underage, obviously,
Yeah,
100%
this is particularly
influence.
about the one underage.
But the one, I think the one underage is the one whose father
Yeah.
like convinced, right? So
yeah, which
other
makes
girls,
sense.
I don't know how much influence parents. Obviously, the Korean culture that you listen to the elders, so maybe in that sense. But if that's not a thing, shit, the girls are probably the breadwinners in the family, so ain't nobody can tell them shit. So,
But then also
I
on
don't
that
know.
other side, it seems like there's a sponsor that's guiding them in a way.
Yeah, but sponsor's not your family. Sponsor has only his own interests.
Yeah, but it's the
You don't
money.
trust no.
You
I
follow
get
the
it, but
money.
you don't trust no sponsor. You trust
Yeah,
your
but you
family.
follow the money with the money. That's why you wouldn't be comfortable to leave if there's no money that's backing it. So they're comfortable in whoever believes in them and has the money because it's giving them what they want and the finances to do what they want. Now, if there's no way to get what they want, ultimately, at the end of the day, they have to go back if they want to perform. But the way they're going about it, the resistance, is a little bit. I wouldn't trust it as Adore the intentions of the three girls because even the language they're using is not coming with peace. It's coming, but there's still some heat.
It's coming with trolling. To me,
Yeah,
that Antarctica
yeah.
was just pure trolling.
Our contract is invalid. Flash forward and now it's Adore hasn't responded. So our contract is valid. The same three girls, same lawsuit, opposite day energy. Like what? That's not a full circle moment. That's a figure 8 of delusion. You literally declared war on your company. Dragged them to court twice, said working there was impossible, and now you're knocking on the front door again like it's a slumber party. Be so freaking serious. And don't even get me started on that Antarctica line. Baby, one of the members couldn't sync their return announcement because she was in Antarctica. Antarctica? Not Australia, not Busan, not Jeju, Penguin territory. Did they forget the group is called NewJeans, not National Geographic? Are we doing K-pop comeback via Ice Cap expedition now? People are out here coping, saying maybe it's a mistranslation, maybe it was autocorrect. No girl, they typed Antarctica.
No.
If this was a mistake, it's
No.
on them. And if it wasn't, that's even more unhinged. Was she filming a solo documentary? Trying to scout a sixth member from a pod of emperor penguins? Is that what rebranding means in K-pop now? Anyway, while Hyan and Heron at least acted like they had a sliver of professionalism by returning through Adore's official statement, the other
Yeah.
three decided to play DIY press release Olympics, just like they did when they first announced their termination.
That's
No
crazy. The
coordination,
younger
no
ones
class,
or the
just
more
we-
mature ones.
Because they're probably listening to the parents. The older ones, they think they don't, they know better than the parents. I don't know.
back. Trust us, Adore will deal with it later. Like, how are you gonna sue your company, lose in court, get dragged by netizens, burn bridges, then return like it's a victory lap without even informing the people who manage your freaking careers? At this point, Minji, Hanny and Danielle are speedrunning the Kina arc, but with triple the ego and none of the clever PR timing. You literally started this mess by
But we don't know that they didn't inform Adore, though. Like, they could have informed Adore.
Wait, who?
The trio. Because she's assuming that they didn't inform Adore about. They only released that statement and like didn't actually call up Adore to say, "Yo, we're coming back." Because if I never even thought that was what happened, but if that, I don't know why she thinks that. Is that what happened, guys? Because if that's what happened, that is fucked up.
It looked like to me it was just a post.
But I would think, okay, the post is the post for the people, but I would think like internally you still call them up and say, okay, we're coming back. Like, I get the post. You make the post for the public. The post is the post, but I think
I don't think they're that organized.
I don't think
wouldn't be
Adore finds out
surprised.
based on their post. That's kind of like
I think so. I don't think they're that organized.
I don't think that's fucked up. I don't think that's I refuse to believe that. They had to have called them, like, yo, we're coming back. Danielle is stealing the penguins, right? I can't, bro. You're
going
gonna make
rogue
this
and
shit
making a
up.
public decision without warning Adore. And now you're ending it by doing the exact same thing. The delusion is genetic, and the fact that fans were already dragging the heck out of Heron and Hyan, saying they were never the reason for NewJeans' success, only to have the so-called main trio crawl back a few hours later like wet cats with legal amnesia. Embarrassing. You talked all that trash just to end up in the same dorm. No growth, no pride, just trauma cycling with a girl group name tag. And don't even try to paint this as humble or reflective. That bullying trio's statement still managed to sound passive-aggressive, Like, Adore hasn't replied to us yet, okay? That's not how contracts work, darling. This isn't a text convo with an ex. You don't just say, I'm ready to come back now, lol, and assume the other party's just waiting on you to make the first move. You force them to sue you. That's not a text message situation.
I
That's
mean, you do assume that because in court, Adore presented evidence that they are welcoming the girls back. So Adore can't just like switch up right now and say, oh, no, we don't want you back no more. No, it doesn't work. Because then they can sue again. And this time they would actually free themselves. Like Adore has to take them back. This is not there's no like, oh, Adore is not taking back. That's not a thing.
But
That
they're
can't
not.
happen.
But see how what happened here? They are questioning their intentions, so they don't haven't taken back those girls yet.
I think, oh, they can question the intentions, but then if there's some sort of malintent, they have to prove that. They can't just like,
Because it's like a teenager with an attitude.
I get it, but, and I know, as I kind of touched on this yesterday, if one of the girls or all three try to like sabotage the group, then, Adore fully has the right to terminate and sue for damages, right? Because that's within the contract, but they can't just not allow them back because they don't like their attitude. Like, this doesn't work like that.
I wish we could see the message that they sent last, because I want to know, like, did they lay out, okay, what's to come next? They said review, that they need to review or
No,
something?
I think the last message was the Penguins.
No, I'm talking, the message, responding message from Adore.
Adore said that they are verifying the information or something like that. Verifying their intentions, I think.
I wonder how.
court-appointed restraining order energy and you're treating it like an Instagram comment thread. Also, Adore haven't even validated their statement. That's corporate for we saw the group chat and left it on red. The company only acknowledged Hyan and Heron because those girls at least had the decency to follow protocol. But Miss Diva Hanny and her Chanels? They just hit
That's
send
what it
and
seems
thought the
like.
world would adjust. And you know what ends me? These are the older members. The ones who should be leading by example. And yet they're out here acting embarrassingly low. 17-year-old Hyan looks like the most mature person in the group, and that's a red flag the size of Antarctica itself. The fairy tale is officially dead. Cinderella left the castle, got sued, and is now begging to mop the floors again like she fired the fairy godmother. That Adore statement announcing Hyan and Heron's return?
I remember getting my first jersey.
That was the result of weeks of behind-the-scenes groveling. Lawyers got looped in. Parents held tense phone calls. Blood pressure meds were passed around. These weren't just careful discussions like the statement said. They were survival negotiations. Because the minute the court said your contracts are valid through 2029, reality hit like a truck. You don't walk out of that ruling unscathed. The younger two's families saw the writing on the wall, did the math, and realized, oh shoot, we're not holding leverage anymore. As if they ever did, lol. The reason the younger two cracked first isn't some betrayal.
Also, now that I think about it, I think with the younger girl, is the parents that are holding the bag. Because in no way 17-year-old is owing them 2.5 billion. 2.5, a quarter of a billion. So that's not happening. 17-year-old cannot have that responsibility.
Mm.
The parents have to hold the bag for that.
Mm.
And that changes everything, because I said a lot about, just file for bankruptcy. Okay, the 4 girls can. The parents? I don't know if the parents want to file for that bankruptcy.
Mm.
Like, I don't know how much assets they have, but if they're like well off financially, or like not necessarily well off, but if they have a house, have a car, have something worth fighting for, I don't know if bankruptcy is an option. It's easy to declare bankruptcy when you don't have nothing. But when you have shit, and I think in that case they would be liable for that, because I just don't see any court that would say, 17-year-old owes now 250 million.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. So that also why the parents her parents were like, okay, girl, you're coming back. Convince your friend if you want. If not, you're going alone. I don't care. You're going back. Because it's the parents holding the bag.
Yeah. And you could feel some sort of guilt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also too. Like, you feel guilty for your parents owing $250 million. Like,
And I would say over these messages that the girl said wasn't even that serious. Not serious.
Yeah. Exactly. Not even like something that you did. It's just because you just followed the crowd. I think that's the culprit of it all, why they're coming back, honestly.
Arc. It's the simplest explanation in the world. They're minors whose parents are drowning in legal fees while receiving zero income from the contract they signed for their kids. At some point those parents looked at the bills, looked at the situation and said, be serious, we're done. Hyan's dad was reportedly the only parent who opposed the termination from day one, and now it's painfully obvious he was the only adult in the room. You can call it pragmatism, survival instinct, or just common sense, but it was inevitable that someone would break formation first, and it just happened to be the ones with guardians legally tied to the contract. And yes, a split absolutely formed. You don't do 2 separate announcements unless there are 2 separate camps. The younger two clearly negotiated, agreed, and moved forward. The older three were still on strike mode. When Adore finally got fed up with the holdout tactics and just announced the first two, the others lost the tiny leverage they had left, because without all five, there is no NewJeans. Hybe could replace the brand like it was a Wi-Fi password. That's why they ran to the media. They didn't want to return yet. They just didn't want to be the ones left outside the building when the doors shut. Furthermore, there is no universe where they walk back into that building as five besties. Again, K-pop already loves to sell fake friendship as part of the package.
I think this is gonna change the dynamic of the group.
Yeah, we talked about it
Might
yesterday.
as well they disband.
Well, not this band, but there's definitely going to be
think so.
tension, and the relationship is
I
not
think
going to
so.
be the
When
same.
their contract comes back around again, I
Oh,
don't know if
of
this
course.
is
No,
gonna
no, no, no,
be
no.
the
2029,
same.
different story. I'm talking this, you said this band now. No, now ain't nobody disbanding. But in the future, I don't know if they can somehow mend it, maybe. But yeah, the relationship is not going to be the same for sure.
But this is different. Careers were put at risk, parents went to war, staff got fired, and the fandom split into cult factions with bloodlust. There is no coming out of this as five girls, one heart. Not genuinely, not authentically, not in a way that heals. And honestly, that's the real plot twist. NewJeans didn't just break the illusion of OT5 solidarity, they broke the illusion of what a fourth-gen girl group is supposed to look like from the
But the
inside.
thing is,
Because now we've seen the machine.
the thing is, the older girls should understand this concept that, you know, that their family members, the young girls' family members are on the hook and not them because they're underage. So that shouldn't be something that they hold against them. But if I don't know if the younger girls even give the older girls a heads up, oh, we're gonna go back. Would you consider going back and it'd be all five of us?
I don't know that. I don't know how it unfolded.
I'm curious. This is important for me because at least it would have given like a little bit of opportunity for all five to return at the same time and not create this dynamic, unless I don't know why the youngest ones would want this kind of split.
As I said yesterday, I would love for NewJeans to do a girl sets type of interview before they come back. If they do that,
And they gotta ask the real questions.
Yeah,
I want
like,
the real questions.
do the
asked.
interview here in the States again. Billboard to come up. If they do an interview like that, that would be huge.
They say Billboard was unprofessional.
Billboard was great. It would be huge for K-pop as an industry to get like actual answers from people, not just no generic PR response, but actual, how it unfolded, a story. Go in 60 minutes, for fuck's sake. That would be a good.
They went on CNN last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, they went on CNN. Might as well go on 60 minutes.
Machinery, the conflicts, the manipulation, the legal power plays, the egos, the fear, the contradictions, the parents, the managers, the opportunism. Everything. The jokes write themselves, but the consequences don't. As for the dungeon talks, girl please, Hybe isn't a victim. Hybe isn't your cute misunderstood uncle who got his feelings hurt and needed time to forgive. Hybe is a billion-dollar corporate snake nest that eats lawsuits for breakfast and poops out PR statements with no soul behind them. You think they took NewJeans back out of the kindness of their cold capitalist hearts? Girl, this isn't reconciliation, this is reinvestment. They didn't just forgive betrayal, they signed a contract with it. This whole situation has been a masterclass in how money sterilizes scandal. These girls could have staged a live reenactment of Parasite in Hybe's parking lot, and the board would have still handed them a comeback as long as the streaming projections hit the millions. People talking about bridges were burned?
And
Scammers.
And I have a hot take. I think their comeback is gonna be massive. I
Hot
think.
take. That's not a hot take.
Well, I mean,
Why is that a hot take?
because I feel like some people feel like no, nobody's gonna, people gonna boycott.
That's not a.
No, I think their
That's not a
comeback.
shock. That's a no-brainer. It's like an easy layup for a win.
I-
It's just an easy. The more controversial it is, the better this comeback is going to be.
I think everybody's gonna tune in.
Yeah, of
The
course.
the haters,
That is not a hot take. That's a cold
the
take.
lovers, everybody, just the people curious to see. I think everybody's gonna tune in because just to see what's the new sound, like or like the haters, they just tune in to hate, but still you gotta listen to hate, right? So I think the comeback is gonna be huge, honestly.
Abe, there were never any bridges, just pipelines of cash. You think anyone in that office is crying into a tissue about moral damage? No, they're busy prepping tour dates. This isn't about healing, it's about control. It's about reminding every artist in that building who owns them and what happens if you try to rebel. You either come crawling back with a polite bow or you disappear from the industry like you never existed.
Imagine
and make
this
no
is
mistake.
like the new version of 50-50 because we weren't there when 50-50
It could
went
be.
down.
It could be if those three get cut, it would be 50-50. Yeah, they just get three new girls, or maybe not three, maybe two, make it a 4-girl group. I don't know, but yeah, it would be 50-50 basically.
NewJeans returning like nothing happened was always the plan. That or get blacklisted. There was no third option. Y'all saw what they did to former trainees, to idols who spoke out, to staff who stepped out of line. K-pop don't blacklist with email.
There's that girl, Japanese girl, remember, who was cut from NewJeans because of shaman, allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she can go back.
I mean, there would be nothing to stop her because Min Hee-jin is not there to block.
The shaman is no longer involved, right?
Silence, delay, and vanishing opportunities. And the fandom celebrating? Seriously? A group helps weaponize its fan base against minors, causes a manager to quit, contributes to a workplace harassment circus that's now documented in court filings, and your response is, I just miss their music? You're not a fan, you're an enabler. You're the reason labels keep getting away with this garbage, because they know that once a teaser drops, once the bunnies bounce on beat, you'll forget every inch of destruction they left behind. Let's talk about the real damage. Illit was thrown to the wolves. Those girls were chewed up and spit out by grown adults with too much time and too many conspiracy theories. Their whole debut year was a PTSD trigger. Les Seraphim got hate-bombed for existing. A manager's entire livelihood got obliterated because of one idol's ego. A grieving family was literally denied the mic at the National Assembly. All because a girl group wanted to make sure someone got scolded for not bowing. Are we dead inside? Why is no one treating that moment like the historic disaster it is? That trio's statement still had the same snide tone, the same arrogance, the same we're above this energy, not even a fake-out humble sandwich, just a smug little since ADOR didn't respond. Like they're the wronged party, they're still making unilateral decisions, still playing victim while the rest of HYBE's artists bleed out from the damage they caused. People act like NewJeans shaved their heads and walked barefoot through a river of shame. They did nothing, no direct apology, no naming, no accountability. Just we're back like the last year was a weird dream. Sorry, but if you...
I mean, the apology is needed, you know, of course, as we talked yesterday, but I still think they are walking, you know, the walk of shame. I think it's going to be a lot of shame for them whenever every time they come out in public.
Who?
NewJeans.
For everybody?
No, for NewJeans, it's going to be very shameful. I still think, like, you know, it's going to, coming back to that high building is going to be a lot of shame.
Do you think so?
I think so. Yeah, it would be. If I was in that situation, God, then I would walk with my head down for I don't know how long.
Well,
every time you go on an interview, like
no, I don't think
I feel
no.
like you go to, because everybody knows about your fucking. It's basically like a locker room drama. Like, it's embarrassing.
I don't think it's like that for everybody. I think one or two girls, sure, but overall.
I would
For me,
be very ashamed.
I'm gonna play. If I'm the youngest, I'm gonna play. I'm just young. I was just.
I mean,
the youngest ones are not gonna get much.
Honestly, I think how they can get. Well, I guess it could still work even now if they just come out and, you know, blame it on Min Hee-jin. It's like, oh, I just followed. I was brainwashed.
Yeah, the apology is gonna reveal everything to whether to, you know, feel bad. Because that's, you know what I noticed with people too, that the person can be a monster, but if something bad happens to them, for some reason people give sympathy because it's like they say it's like the right thing to do. But I don't think the girls are gonna be like ashamed or sad or anything. No, they stood for what they thought was right. It didn't work out. They put their ego to the side and returned.
I would be embarrassed.
I mean, if you're embarrassed, don't go back.
I mean, I still have to go back because that's my job.
That's probably what the three feel.
Yeah.
You destabilized your parent company. You don't get to walk in and ask for your old desk like nothing happened. And HYBE? Don't even get me started.
If
HYBE
it
want
was
closure.
me,
They want silence.
if it was me, it depending. If I said all this, if I cried in front of everybody and did all this commotion, I would be embarrassed. If I just stood there and was quiet and you know, standing with my group, I wouldn't be embarrassed because it wasn't me. I wasn't active. I wasn't the forefront. I wasn't the mouthpiece to do all this action, you know?
They're gonna rewrite this whole thing into a tragic fairy tale. Min Hee-jin brainwashed the girls. They didn't know what they were doing. Now they're free and healing. The press conference won't come. The accountability won't come. If they apologize, it'll be a corporate flatline. We regret any inconvenience caused. Girl, what? That's what you say when a website crashes. Not when you drag minors, fire staff, and let a fandom...
I don't know what accountability you want them to have. The accountability is going to be HYBE is going to deduct all the lawsuit expenses from their pay. They're going to lose a lot of money already as it is. Because it's going to be like all the bullshit they cost, they're going to cover for it. Like, HYBE paid for it, but HYBE's going to get that money back from them. So that's going to be like their accountability is losing money. Like, I don't know what other accountability do you want from them, because I don't think there is.
No, like everyone's saying apology.
No, the apology, they do need to apologize, yes, but I'm just saying, like, accountability is going to be financial, because there's going to be repercussions for that, you know.
Bully your employees into therapy. And the worst part? Illit and Les Aratham are gonna get steamrolled again. Illit's comeback is getting hijacked in real time by the return of the girls who helped turn their debut into a public stoning. They just started getting public sympathy back and now boom. Overshadowed again by the same mess that broke them, and nobody gives a what. They'll cry behind closed doors and smile on music shows next to the people who made their lives hard. Meanwhile, NewJeans will do their little silent photo shoots.
I mean, listen, that's just life. Your comeback has to be so good that it overshadows NewJeans. It is what it is. Do better. That you can't just sit here and blame others now for, oh, people not gonna pay attention to my comeback because of the scandal somewhere else. Please make a better comeback then.
Blank. Stare CFs and
And
get
I'm not saying their comeback is bad. Maybe it's going to be a great comeback, and we'll see. I don't know. You know, we haven't even seen it yet, but that's not an excuse.
I just
that,
know the NewJeans comeback is gonna be inflated.
Oh no, yeah, absolutely.
handed Artist of the Year at Mama like they didn't just gaslight an entire industry. Because that's how K-pop works. As long as the face card hits, the chart card follows. Ethics don't sell albums, narratives do. But with Min Hee-jin gone, the identity they were built on is gone too. And after everything they did, there's a twisted part of me that hopes the downfall is spectacular. And that's all for today. Hope those penguins in Antarctica.
I don't hope for the downfall. I hope they're going to come back and going to
Yeah,
be
they have
more
a lot of
successful
money.
than Blackpink. I really hope they're going to surpass Blackpink. That's
They
what
have
I'm
a lot
hoping
of
for.
money to make over.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can find happiness again. Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. Zoe. Share as much kindness as possible.